Have you heard of allulose? Do you consume products by Quest Nutrition, in particular their protein bars, or bread products by No Better Bread? Or do you use a natural sweetener called allulose? Are you drinking it in any of your carbonated or non-carbonated beverages? Is it in any of your frozen ice creams or sorbets? Have you looked at the label? Well, this was brought to my attention when a client asked if they could go to this Quest Nutrition bar for a pick-me-up. And I saw the ingredient was allulose, and I wasn't sure what it was derived from because these companies don't need to tell you, the consumer, what allulose is from. So I decided to do some digging because that's the food detective researcher in me. And lo and behold, I went after these companies and inquired very nicely, what is your allulose derived from? And let me tell you, customer service was not at all pleased. One company said they didn't even know what it came from, but it was a natural molecule found in figs and raisins and wheat, but that's not what they were using. Another company said they couldn't tell me either. So I thought that was a little odd, especially that these companies could say that this is not an artificial sweetener, but they don't know what it's from. So I did further digging and I found the manufacturing company that made most of these. And here's what it's from: genetically modified corn. They then put the genetically modified corn, which probably has glyphosate on it. And if you don't know what glyphosate is, I would encourage you to go to nancygabberty.com/G-test and get the free educational series that shows you what glyphosate is and how it affects your GI tract by getting rid of all the beneficial bacteria and how it's linked to all different cancers, because you really want to know. So let's get back to allulose. This genetically modified corn goes through an enzyme process where they take genetically engineered microbes. If that sounds tasty to you, that's great. And why are they doing this? Because they want to break down the starch and fructose and then convert the fructose to allulose using these genetically engineered microbes. This process has to happen to create the allulose so your body can't absorb it. So you supposedly don't gain weight. Well, I wrote a blog about this, and I asked anyone who read the blog if they would let me know how they liked it. And after receiving 21 comments, one said that they ate it and nothing bad happened. The others informed me of the GI distress, the nausea, the vomiting, the severe cramping that occurred, the headaches, the flu-like symptoms that they went through. And they could not find any other information but the blog that I wrote years ago. And I'm going to put that in the link so you can read what allulose is in. Now, interesting, the FDA does not make allulose part of the total or added sugars declaration on the nutritional label. Why is that? Another time that we're kept in the dark about what we're eating and why we need to become our best health advocate. So because of that, not adding it to the total or added sugars, this opened up for allulose to run with the fact that It's going to be a sweet as sugar, but you're not going to get the calories and you're not going to gain weight. And there is no true definition of labeling something natural when it comes to ingredients. Natural flavor is something different. So allulose is able to say that they're natural because somewhere there's a molecule of this in figs and raisins and wheat. But they're not telling you that the allulose is made from genetically modified corn sprayed with glyphosate that goes through this process with genetically engineered microbes to remove this, to remove that, so your body cannot absorb it. But when it hits your GI tract, for most of the people who have written to me, they have serious cramping and serious GI distress. Is it worth it? You'll have to let me know. But if you're not allergic to ragweed, this would be my recommendation. It's organic, whole leaf stevia from Whole Foods. It's really not bitter. I don't find it bitter at all. You don't need a lot of it. The more you put in, then it could have a bitter aftertaste. But if you don't, if you just use what's the spoon shows you, it tastes amazing. It does not raise blood glucose levels. This is from a leaf. It does not have to go through some genetically engineered process. I use this for baking. I use this in smoothies if I want it to get sweeter. I use it in my natural organic lemonade. This is the way to go. And if you have the book Healthy Living Every Day, which is your total wellness blueprint, then on October 26th, you could turn to that page and read all about allulose. You want to always keep a food journal. That would be my recommendation. So if you're eating something and you do get GI issues, you could link it back to what you ate if you have this food journal. Look to see if anything you're consuming is allulose, because it is from genetically modified corn, which then goes through a process with genetically engineered microbes. So it separates everything out so you don't absorb it. But really what's happening between the glyphosate and the genetically modified portion, as well as that the body can't absorb it, it's destroying all your beneficial bacteria. And that's probably why most of these individuals are getting GI distress. So this is just for you to become your best health advocate, so you can accomplish all you want. And to do that, you have to reach total wellness of body as well as mind. Remember, your health is worth it because you are worth it. Bye now.